For today's Everlane collab, I wanted to be able to add some of their new arrivals into this week's Outfit of the Week video. I also noticed that a lot of their new arrivals remind me of things that Audrey Hepburn wore. So I wanted to just think about how would Audrey Hepburn style me this week and what would be new modern ways that she would take her timeless style, because that really reminds me of something that I brought up a couple of videos back. My goal is that I want my photos from 2020 to be sort of timeless. You might have some things around in the environment that you're in the photo, or like the way that the photo looks, that could really tell you the time period, but I want my clothes to look classic. Like, I love Audrey Hepburn. I think that any sort of outfit that she's wearing, you might get a little vibe of which decade it was in, and I don't think that style is 100% timeless, but you certainly could still wear her pieces today. So that is what I'm going to be doing for today's video. I want to be able to take those timeless pieces and make them into outfits today, very much inspired by ones that she wore. So this was one outfit that she wore, and automatically I'm in love with having monochrome. I love the top, by the way. This is the Everlane Cashmere Crew, and I really like that neckline. I believe she might have been wearing a boat neckline in this one. I can't really remember off the top of my head, but I really love the cut of it. It's very simple. A lot of her pieces seemed very ballerina, like ballet inspired, and I believe that this outfit came from a video or movie where she's like dancing a lot. Somebody out there is going to know more about it than me, and you're welcome to write in the comments more facts about her and when she wore these pieces. For the outfit itself, I of course want to have that black classic sweater on top. Then for pants, I'm going to be adding my Elizabeth Suzanne tapered silk pants. They are extremely comfortable because of the waistline is this elastic waistband. Just anytime that she had tapered pants, it just really seemed to be very flattering on her especially, and that's something that I just love wearing. For the shoes, this was another reason why I really wanted to do this video with Everlane's pieces, because it seemed very Audrey to me. So these, let me slip them off. These are the new 40-hour flats from Everlane. You guys know how much I love pointed toe flats in general. They are very petite friendly. I can show you guys previous videos of like transformations of how I can style different pairs of flats, and it transforms it if you want further proof. But the cool thing about a pointed toe flat is that for a petite, it will add, or for anybody, it will add visually 1 to 2 inches of height, because it's taking your shoe, and if it's the perspective of it, it just makes you visually look longer. So that's what's happening here. It's incredibly comfortable because they have a cushion here, and then I also like the way that they designed the opening here. For my foot, which is narrow, they tend to slip out of a lot of shoes, but they're not slipping out so much with these ones. The sizing for reference is a 6, and I usually go anywhere between a 6 and a 6.5. So just for reference, I know everybody's feet is like so different, but very comfortable. I am very happy with them so far. And then real quick for accessories, she didn't do so many necklaces with this sort of outfit. It was more about just accessories that are very easy to wear, probably again with that dancing reference. That's my assumption. So one thing that she did have is big earrings. So these ones are my biggest. They are just some square hoops that are gold. And then I noticed that she had the slightest little bangle here, so I ended up wearing something very similar with this outfit and just having that over top the sweater, and it really just makes that look more unique, I would say, than how you would normally wear, even a bracelet. Little tiny details like that, where instead of going like that or trying to cuff it so that it shows, I'm actually just putting that on top of the sweater itself. I did end up adding some rings because that's just my style and my preference. So the only necklaces that I do have on are just some very minimal and subtle ones that line the crew here, the crew neck. So that really helps there to just sort of make this outfit a little bit more special and I wouldn't ever call this outfit boring at all. Her outfits are smart, and that's why they're timeless. There's no like big florals or anything happening here that might have been on par for some of the decades that she was in. But yeah, like this was just such a smart and effortless style. Also, briefly, I'm having some fun with sort of making my hair and makeup a little bit different that reflects how she would have done that. Obviously, I don't have her hair color necessarily or the way that her hair was cut, but just throwing my hair back in just a small little bun is really fun. And then also I ended up adding this like peachy corally color that she wore with her lipstick a lot. I noticed in one of Lisa Aldridge's videos that she talked a lot about how she got like Audrey Hepburn's exact lipstick holder, and it actually had some lipstick still in it, and it was very much of that salmony color. So that sort of is another way where you can take a very, you know, classic outfit like this that's a monochrome outfit, and not only with jewelry but also just with the lipstick that you use, you can really transform your whole outfit. Today is a much gloomier day. It's been raining consistently all day. Right now it's like misting, but earlier it was completely downpouring. So for today's outfit, I have what is kind of a rain jacket. It's an anorak jacket, so it really works well for rainy weather, and it's very lightweight. So this is the Everlane Renew anorak, and it comes in this light taupe color that's beautiful. It is very much on par with an outfit that Audrey Hepburn wore, and even just down to the little tiny details like the black drawstring, everything about it seems very much like a jacket that she wore. She didn't wear any jewelry though, so I'm adding just a little bit. I'm just adding some little tiny studs for earrings, but I wanted to be able to add a Givenchy necklace that is a vintage one that I have. And I'm wearing that because Audrey Hepburn almost exclusively wore Givenchy and worked with Givenchy. So I wanted to give sort of a nod to that, as I prefer to wear more necklaces and jewelry than she did in this specific instance. But then also I have just a few little rings, ones that are classy and smart looking still, nothing too modern, I would say, but just a nod to the fact that I still want to wear some jewelry even though it's not some statement pieces like big earrings like yesterday. For the outfit itself, this is a cotton turtleneck that I have underneath. It's the cotton turtleneck tee, and it's very soft. It's a very lightweight cotton, so this whole outfit feels lightweight. I think that if it was a colder day, this would be a little bit too lightweight, but it works so perfectly for a day where I might be indoors and then want to go outside and maybe at a coffee shop. This would be a very perfect outfit for that. And then for bottoms, I have my Jessie Cam Ranger pants, and that's gonna work really well too, because a lot of times with Audrey Hepburn's style for pants, she went with something tapered and high-waisted, so that really works well for that. Then for shoes, she wore something that was a little bit lower, not necessarily anything heeled, but I wanted to be able to do that with an all-weather boot. So these are the Nisolo all-weather heeled Chelseas, and I did polish them up a little bit today. I'm getting a lot better at making that mindful decision to like take care of my shoes either before I wear them or after. So that's really what I needed to do there. This jacket though, I wanted to bring out a few details about it in particular that I noticed. This is very new to me. It was gifted. One thing that I like about it a lot is that the buttons on the sleeves, the way that they're buttoned, you button them on the outside. I have them rolled once, and that's gonna really keep rain out if it is heavily pouring out. Some other details about the hood. The hood is very loose fitting. It's very cute. I love this taupe color too, by the way. And then along the edges here, it's like a zigzag pattern. For the pockets, they're big and deep and sort of like a very comfortable height, you know? A lot of times with pockets, you might have something that is square this way, this one's slanted, so that's very easy. And they're not too low either to where I'm like trying to, you know, reach for something in my pockets or try to be comfortable. But this is very much at arm's length. Inside, it has some button enclosures, some little snaps, and then here is just this double zipper that you can unzip at the bottom as well. So it's just something that's very practical. It also comes with a little drawstring on the inside. I would avoid that at all costs to be able to cinch. It seems like something that would be something I'd recommend is to cinch at the waist, but the waist is lower on something like this, and it's the reason why I generally avoid jackets like this. But Audrey Hepburn would be like, no girl, wear the jacket. And I just would say to let it be loose, more of an A-line shape if you are trying to if you have a body style like mine where you want to elongate, something like this is gonna be so excellent. And I love where it hits me because a lot of jackets hit me right at the knee, and this one hits me more mid-thigh, but not like right at my widest point, like it's probably 2 inches above my knee. So that works really well. And of course, you guys know my measurements. I leave them up all the time. All of this is gonna be linked down below and along with my sizes. For this outfit too, I wanted to be able to add a bag. You easily could be able to just throw things in your pockets if you wanted to because they're big and deep, and that might be a sportier look. But if you want to add a little bit more femininity, this is the bag choice that I'm going with. The By Far bag, again, is something that works well here, and I also love having this little scarf alongside it. This is a very vintage inspired scarf, right? So this has little dots on it, and then it's more of an ivory color. This is something that I don't think they even sell anymore at Mango, but I will try to find something similar for you guys with that. And just tying a scarf onto a bag is very vintage inspired and adds a certain amount of femininity because I don't generally like to wear scarves like this, like neck scarves around my neck, but you could add that to your wrist, your hair, or something else that's a little bit more genius. So this was my full look for this outfit. I think it's very feminine. I love the vintage inspired look. I tried to do that a little bit in how I noticed she wore her hair and makeup. So I put sort of a nod to that as well today, which has just been so much fun to sort of change up my routine on how I do my hair and makeup. So for Wednesday's outfit, it's a really lovely day outside. I would say it's around like 55, and I think it's going to be one of the warmer days as we look ahead. So for today's outfit, I am really looking forward to just being so cozy and comfortable in this. So the pants, of course, are on repeat. These are the Elizabeth Suzanne silk tapered pants. Audrey Hepburn, a lot of the pants that she wore were high-waisted, they were tapered, they were very form-flattering, and then for the top, I've got a cardigan that's very similar to the one that she wore. She buttons it up to the top. The cut is just very clean. It's a very classic shirt and very incredibly timeless. So this is the Everlane cardigan, and it's cashmere, which just makes it so much more luxurious and smart looking. I really like the way that you can button up cardigans these days, and sometimes you can even just button them up and wear them backwards, and that can be a very unique and lovely look as well if your shirt is designed for it. I haven't tried that yet with this one, but I can if you guys would like to see that in the future. And then underneath it, by the way, I'm wearing a bodysuit. I think that anytime that a shirt might be a little bit sheer and I want it to look just really smart and classy, you can definitely wear it with like a t-shirt bra. That would be really nice, but having a bodysuit just makes it look super classy and intentional. And I think as I'm thinking about what Audrey Hepburn would do in this scenario, it is very much more almost professional looking in that way. So this is just a nude bodysuit underneath, and I can link that below as well. I'll be sure to include all my sizes for these pieces. And then for my shoes, I've got those 40-hour flats. Again, very comfortable, very easy to wear. And I also love that they're not like a extremely like bright white. They've got a little bit of this aged cream to it. So that really works well for this shirt, which again isn't, that really bright white. It's more of a vintage white, and that's beautiful as well. As for accessories, I was trying to think what would she have worn with this. And so this bag is something that's very classic and small. I was thinking maybe something along the line of a clutch would work for something that she would wear. and so just having something small that I can carry on my wrist is going to really work well here and not compete with the outfit too much and not modernize it too much. So that was the thinking with this bag. And then for jewelry, I tried some necklaces on, but I ended up tucking in a lot of them just because it took away from the classic cut and just having the buttons be the jewelry in essence. Just a couple of little rings, but no big deal there at all. Just classic today and very comfortable. For Thursday, this is more of a chilly day. I am really just having more of an office day anyways. So this outfit is very comfortable and it is more classic chic looking, but it still is very relaxed. This is the relaxed shirt from Everlane in a gingham, and I also would say that while this one looks almost office appropriate, I think that this one would be more that something that I would like to wear on vacation or something like that because it is more of a relaxed material and the fit of it is relaxed. I really love how cozy it feels because the cotton is so soft. What I want to do here is wear it in a very different way. This is the way that Audrey Hepburn wore her button up that was this gingham print, and she has her collar popped. Then she takes these two sides of the fabric, and instead of buttoning them, she takes one side of the fabric, tucks it in, and then wraps this one around and tucks that one in. So it's like a wrap. You know, a wrap shirt would be a lot similar to that. What's interesting here is that I could wear a bodysuit underneath it if I was like wanting to make sure that nothing came open. But what I'm doing today is I've got a little bit of shapewear underneath that keeps my garments in like really tight and exactly where I want them. So that's kind of my little tip. So the other things that Audrey Hepburn's doing here with this shirt is that she has the collar popped, she has this splayed out a little bit, and then her sleeves are rolled once, but they're not closed or, you know, wrapped too tightly. They're very much of a loose fit. So what she has going on here is much more of this open look, like very relaxed, and then here it's tight and tapered to her waist. And it was difficult to make out what kind of pants that she was wearing, so I'm going again with some Elizabeth Suzanne pants because they seem to be so much like the ones that she would wear. These ones are a linen version. They have a relaxed fit themselves, but right here is where you have that one piece that is cinching the two, right? So in other words, you have loose and loose, but right here is tight. So instead of just wearing all loose pieces, you're doing something here to make the silhouette more like what Audrey Hepburn did. So for shoes, I'm going with these pointed toe flats again. These are the 40-hour flats again. And it really works on a day like this because it rained earlier and it's not raining now. So the bottoms have rubber, it's a rubber sole, and that's gonna really help for anything like that. I would not be tempted to wear these if it was raining. I would swap them out for something else just because I want to protect the leather. For jewelry, I've just got these hoops, which again are my biggest earrings. She went big on her statement earrings for this, and I think that that really works well for something like this. I've just got, again, those little tiny necklaces on and just a couple of rings, ones that are more delicate and feminine. I also wanted to mention, with every sponsored post, I've been giving away gift cards that are in relation to the brand. So this time around, I'm giving 3 different gift cards for Everlane, and I just picked the winners from my Instagram followers. So I'll list the winners here for this one. And I completely spaced last month. I gave 3 gift cards away, but then I didn't announce the winners publicly. So I'm gonna do that here just to honor those people and that they won. So congrats to you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. So Zach started editing this video, and I'm realizing that I have chatted quite a bit, and I want to make this video not extremely long, so I'm going to be a little bit more brief today. Today is Friday. It is a little bit chilly out. I definitely need a coat to walk out the door, but it is so bright and sunshiny and just a very peaceful Friday. So this is an outfit that I think really works well. It's comfortable and casual again, but still is very chic and sophisticated, clean cut lines. I would even say it's a bit geometric in, you know, having those straight lines, and the jewelry choices and everything that I'm making here are, they're more shapes, you know, like circles, rectangles, stripes, pointed toes are going to be another element here, so that's more like triangular. So that's kind of a subliminal theme that's happening here. So in Audrey Hepburn's outfit, she wore a shirt that was almost identical to this. Some very small changes as far as these stripes are maybe a little bit closer together, and her neckline was a little bit higher than mine. But I do love this one. This one is another shirt from Everlane, and I can link you guys to it as well down in the description. But I noticed that the stripes here open up like this, if you can see, and that is exactly what her shirt did, and I think it was very flattering. It makes that area seem maybe a little bit bigger, and anytime with shirts like that, that they add more volume on your shoulders, then that will make you have more of a triangular shape. So use that as you evaluate your own body style. For the pants, I wanted something that, again, always want to taper with my pants when I'm trying to dress like Audrey Hepburn. And then these are also cropped up a little bit. I've gotten them hemmed. So that's gonna be really important when I'm going to be showing like a nude ankle here, and then with those pointed toe flats. I really could have gone with black flats. I think that was my initial reaction of what I would wear for shoes. But the white ones just seemed extra chic in my mind. And I think that because they blend in with my skin tone more, that it's really going to lengthen me visually instead of going from, you know, black to then my skin color and then my shoes. Again, for my jewelry, I want geometric shapes. So I've got just this circular necklace here. That's the zodiac, and it's the symbol of Leo for Zach on there. And then for my rings, a lot of them are just straight lines, thin lines, one that even has a stripe on it. And then I've got this bangle on again, and that was kind of a reference from the other day. Of course, in the photo that we have of Audrey Hepburn, she was just like around her house, barefoot, drinking milk, you know, very like 50s, 60s. But if I'm going to go out, I want to have a little bag. So this one is Polen, and it's just something small, a bit geometric in its shape, and then also just having that solid black color is going to really help to not overwhelm the outfit, but yet I think it really tied the outfit together in a lot of ways. So that was my Friday outfit. Today is Saturday, and it's a really beautiful sunny day. I will say it was so cold this morning that the idea of wearing a skirt was really frigid to me. So I think that I will just say that this is for demonstration for this video. I'll probably be switching this out for something a lot warmer. I absolutely loved the way that Audrey Hepburn wore this outfit, and these are pieces that I have that are very similar to hers. Starting with the shrunken shirt from Everlane. This one I got last year, and so at this point I think it's around like $39, and I think they only have 1 or 2 sizes left of it. So I will link you guys to it, and they have a couple other colors that I'm not sure how many sizes they have left of those. But I'll also link something similar if that's like not your size. But then also for the skirt. So this is a skirt I got a couple years ago. It's one of those classic skirts that you always want to have in your closet, but this one I got, you know, because it was so long ago. Everyone asks me where it's from. They don't sell it anymore. I think it was from Aritzia and from the Wilfred brand. But what I love about this skirt is that it opens up at the front. So since I'm wearing flats, this is going to lengthen, show a little bit more leg, going to give the illusion of longer legs. And then for the shoes, this skirt just opens up beautifully to show and highlight the shoes. The shoes here are really a staple of this outfit. So again, those are the 40-hour flats from Everlane. And I want to compare my outfit to Audrey Hepburn's. So her outfit was very similar, except that her top, like she tied it in the front. And because it's not even spring yet, I'm not going to be doing that. I do have a little bow right here though on my skirt. So I figured having 2 bows would be a little bit much. So this is going to, I mean, it's just knotted. It looks like a bow. It's more simple. And also I wanted to be sure that I didn't reveal my bodysuit underneath it. So it's actually more of a slip. So I've just got like this nude slip on underneath so that I don't have like a bra peeking through for an outfit like this. And then also that's just going to take care of how a dress or a skirt like this would possibly like open up with the wind. So no big reveals there either. One thing that I do like about this skirt is that in the back, it really just highlights the waistline there, and it's because this is elevated, like this is already in my ribs right now, and what that's going to do is really create an even like slimmer waistline right there and just look like I have good posture in the back. I think that in the back it's really flattering. So that really worked well. She was buttoning her sleeves, I think, in a very specific way, probably rolled once, but because this shirt is shrunken up a little bit, then it's already hitting me where it's supposed to go. And she also had this buttoned up more, which I probably would do if I tied the shirt in the front. But since I've got like the bodysuit slip already taken care of, like not exposing anything, then I'm gonna go for a deeper neckline here and just have that tucked in. For my bag, I wanted something very spring-like and also, you know, very charming, and so having a small clutch or wristlet is really going to help here. And then tying this little scarf on is just going to make it more feminine. This is one of the most feminine outfits I feel like I've worn in quite some time. It's actually kind of crazy when I look at myself in the mirror, like how much more feminine it is compared to a lot of the other outfits that I've worn. So another thing that's really great about this wristlet with the scarf is that it's just so incredibly vintage inspired, a little bit retro, and definitely feminine. So having that repetition of this here and the knot right here, that little bow, is going to just create a pattern there. And I'm working with a really tight color scheme here where they're all neutrals, but they're all very similar in tone. And I also love the fabrics because cotton, because this is just such a lightweight cotton, it feels very soft. And then linen is one of my all-time, favorite fabrics because of the history behind it. Like it's one of the earliest fabrics that people have ever worn, and I just appreciate the nostalgia of that. And the final outfit for Sunday. So this outfit is something that I honestly, when I put it on, I was like, oh yes, I absolutely love this outfit. It came together just really well. I feel like it's flattering. And that's what's really fun about this experiment, where I can look at some vintage stars like Audrey Hepburn and look at my own closet again with new eyes and invent outfits. And also just study some different ways on how to wear things like I did earlier in the week with the button-up shirt and all that. So this top is extremely similar to one that Audrey Hepburn wore, where it's a boat neck and then also the stripes only come up to here. I think that on the sleeves hers came up a little higher. With this shirt, this is from Cezanne. The pants are Jessie Cam. These are some denim Rangers from her, and I think that is very similar to what Audrey Hepburn wore, only I don't have one exactly like she wore, where it had a little lace detail at the bottom of her pants. And then she did wear shoes very similar to these 40-hour flats. So this whole outfit is very close in color scheme, where the navy in the shirt matches the pants, and then the ivory in the shoes really matches the ivory tone in the shirt. Some small details when she was wearing this, she didn't wear like hardly any jewelry. Today I'm just wearing some studs for earrings and then some rings. And then there's this little collar detail that this shirt has that hers didn't. But other than that, this feels like, I don't know what it'll look like on tape, but this feels like one of the most Audrey Hepburn outfits, like the way that everything came together, including the shoes, and just the way that it's cut on me is very similar. She has a little bit different body style than me personally, which is to be expected. But other than that, it's been so much fun. So if you like this sort of video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe, and tell me maybe another person that you'd like me to dress like for a week. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Bye.
So casually keep diving